Merry Christmas, saints and sinners. Welcome to the video. So, Saints Row put out another video. I actually didn't think they'd put out another one, but here we are. I thought that we'd have 11 and that was it for some reason. My brain is pretty dumb sometimes. But yeah, we got some videos to go through and talk about. I'll get to my overall thoughts after we watch them together, but I do think that they're at least somewhat interesting, but I do think there's not too much to talk about, really. Before we do get into it, though, I do want to just wish you all a great Christmas. Thanks for being around the channel, and yeah, let's get into the video. So, I will admit, in the first video, not a great deal to dissect, but it does just show us off some combat with enemy factions, and I do want to point out, there is a little scene where you see some Saints run into a Marshall building. I think that's going to be a really important part of the campaign, probably where you're taking over Marshall for the final part, where you'll storm the main Marshall Cowboy building. I think that's pretty cool. You also get a look at the Saints there, a better look at the gang, and I think they look somewhat gangsterish, so not a bad thing. It reminds me of Saints Row 3's gangster type Saints, you know, the guys with their beanies and stuff, so I think it looks really good. The first video was not anything in particular great. We saw a little tank as well that looked interesting, but quite honestly, it was more of what we've seen before, which is combat, and while I don't love seeing the same stuff over and over again, it got me a little hyped, I'll admit. And yeah, I guess it's fine. I think it's not too big of a deal, personally. I think that's definitely the least interesting out of the videos, but you get a look at combat, you get a look at the Saints, and I think that's at least something we can all be happy to see. Now, by far the most interesting thing was seeing that Friendly Fire is going to be back, and we saw an actual physical store instead of just it being on the boss's shirt, which is I think where we were at last time. We got a real look inside of the building here, and you can see what Friendly Fire is going to look like inside, and I actually really like this redesign. I think it looks great. You get a look at weapon customization, and what I want to say before everyone gets too upset is the weapon customization looks wacky. I'm not denying that, but I think that most people who want to customize their weapon in the first place from just being like a normal weapon to something different, probably want the wackier styles. I think there'll be some normal styles for the people who want the more toned down game, but most people who do want the toned down game probably won't customize their weapon in the first place, because they want the more realistic looking base weapon in the first place. But yeah, what we saw there looked really cool. It was a lot of funny and wackier styles of weapons, and I think it's interesting to finally get a look at it. So what grabbed my attention in the last trailer was the truck with the moving parts. I think that's great, and it looks like the trucks and vehicles are actually going to have some moving and like interactable parts and features to them. Also, I want to say that the destruction of vehicles in this game look great. Looks like you can see parts flying off of it, and I think that's great. And hopefully that'll be kind of a new method of seeing how damaged the car is. For example, if it's missing its bonnet and its bumpers and everything, it's more damaged than if it's not. And I think that's really intriguing and a really cool way to look at it. So yeah. So quite honestly, I'm seeing a lot of stuff we've already seen before, but I do think one thing that's piqued my interest is like the gestures and stuff. I forgot what you actually call them in Saints Row. Sorry, my brain's gone dumb. But I keep seeing stuff like the boss sitting down and the boss with that guitar. I wonder if we're going to be able to have like options and like objects in our new taunts and stuff. It looks really interesting. But anyway, thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Have a great time. Enjoy the festive times, and yeah, I'll see you soon, guys.